Lake Station Mayor Keith Soderquist and his wife are facing two separate public corruption indictments this week after a joint investigation by the FBI, the Internal Revenue Service, and the Indiana State Police. The indictments allege that Soderquist and his wife Deborah, who was employed as the mayor's administrative assistant, used a campaign finance account and the Lake Station food pantry account for personal expenses, including gambling at local casinos. Miranda Brakely, a former Lake Station employee and the mayor's stepdaughter, is also being charged with theft of city funds. Authorities are alleging that Mayor Soderquist and his wife helped cover up the thefts and filed false tax returns in order to circumvent federal financial reporting requirements. All three suspects have entered pleas of not guilty in federal court and have been released on bond. A former Lowell resident has been charged with murder for the deaths of his adoptive parents. 34-year-old Thomas Snow is accused of killing Clifford and Joyce Snow in their Lowell home sometime between September and October of last year. The couple's remains were found inside the home on October 18th. On the 19th, Snow was seen driving a vehicle registered to his parents in Minnesota, where he led police on a high-speed chase. After facing charges there, he was extradited to Newton County on an armed robbery charge. When those charges are resolved, Snow will be transferred to Lake County to face 2 counts of murder. The East Chicago Police Department is reporting their lowest overall crime rates in nearly 2 decades. In addition, the total number of crimes reported to the FBI in the first quarter of 2014 compared to the same quarter last year shows a reduction in violent and property crime of 33%. East Chicago Chief of Police Mark Becker says his officers have been targeting traffic violations as a tactic to lower total crime. He also credits the crime rate drop to community outreach programs and increased police presence with the region's stop team. The Northwest Indiana Regional Development Authority, or RDA, has announced its approval of $3.3 million in incentives to help create new jobs in Northwest Indiana. The funds are in the form of no-interest, securitized, forgivable loans that will be used to help support a proposed plant expansion in Hammond and the relocation of an existing business in Portage. Both deals are currently in negotiation. Details about the specific companies will be forthcoming once agreements have been finalized. No RDA funds will be issued if the projects fail to get off the ground. Since 2011, the RDA has used its fund to help the Indiana Economic Regional Development Corporation bring approximately 854 jobs to the region and $474 million in investments. Indiana Governor Mike Pence launched his Jobs and Economic Development mission to Germany this week by visiting some Hoosier troops. The governor stopped by Ramstein Air Base, headquarters of U.S. Air Forces Europe, and home to the 86th Airlift Wing. On a tour of the facilities, Governor Pence saw Hoosier-manufactured Humvees and C-190J engines and had a chance to connect with some troops from back home.
Karen and I are just delighted to be here at Ramstein Air Base and to be joined by a couple of Hoosier Airmen. Lieutenant Delacruz is from Portage, Indiana, and Airman Melick is from Indianapolis, Indiana. We had an opportunity this morning to have a cup of coffee and visit with some of our Hoosier Airmen that are serving our state and our nation with such great distinction.
This is the governor's second international job hunting trip. He's hoping to develop relationships with German companies that are currently or will soon be operating in Indiana.